open up the Blender file from the DesignClass website and import your block from the File, Import, Step File menu. You'll need to ensure that you've exported your block as a step file from your 3D CAD software. If you're not sure how to do this, I'll have another video in the link below, or you may ask your teacher. Select Step File and import your block. It may take a few moments to import. Your block is likely to appear in the middle of the screen. Press and hold the wheel on your mouse button and you're able to orbit around to see your block, and you can see that it is sitting below the ground. By rolling the wheel on your mouse, you're able to zoom in and out. You can also use the controls up in the top right to orbit around or to zoom in and out. There's also a pan tool so that you can pan left and right and up and down. To move our block, press the G key on the keyboard to grab, that's G to grab, the block, and then to move it just straight up and down, press Z to move it on purely the Z axis. To make this block a little bit bigger, press S to scale, and you can scale this up, and you can also type in a number. In this case, we're going to scale it up 3 times. So S3. I'm going to press G and Z and move this block so it's just touching the ground plane. I now want to point a material to this block. Select the small materials property icon and select New. Type in the name of the material. In this case, I'm going to call it blue plastic. And then go to base color. Select the base color and you can change to choose the color. You may notice that nothing appears to be happening to your block. That is because right now we're looking at this in the wrong mode. We'll look at this in solid mode. Turn this to the very end, rendered mode. You'll then notice as you change the colour, the block will change colour. Choose a suitable blue colour that you like. Go to subsurface and make the subsurface 0.25. Go to the word metallic. Make the metallic 0.5. Make the roughness 0.25. You're able to move around and see your block. You may notice it still doesn't look overly impressive just yet. That is because the computer is rendering this in a mode called EV. Select the small camera icon. From Render Engine, drop the menu down to Cycles. You'll instantly see that the screen goes a little bit rougher, but you can also see that the lights and colours are far better on the screen. The computer can take quite some time to process this, and this will be your final render. It will take time. Turn it back to EV. We now want to set up our camera to be looking at this. Right now we're sitting in the director's chair. If I was to roll my wheel and zoom out, you shall see that there's a small camera icon up at the top. To go into your camera, select the camera icon and you'll notice a frame will appear around the area and this will appear grayscaled out. Only the area within the frame is what will be rendered. Click on the small arrow up in the top left, top right to bring out the side transform panel, or use the N key, that's N for November, to bring out the transform panel. Select View and lock Camera to View. This now allows you to move the camera around to focus on your model and position it in a way that you like. Try not to show outside of the photo booth area. It can break the illusion. Once you've framed this in a way that you like, select back to Cycles and have a look at your image. Don't spend too long at this stage, just get a general feel for how your block will be looking. You'll have two numbers under the word sampling, one called render and one called viewport. Make your render 500. This is how many times the computer will process the render out. The more times it processes, the sharper and better quality of a render you'll get, but be aware it will take a lot longer. Select the small printer icon just below. Make sure that your file format is JPEG. Make sure the quality is 100%. Now select Render and Render Image from the Render drop-down menu, or press the F12 key. Your computer may take some time to render this image. However, once it has rendered, select the Image drop-down menu and click Save As, and save your image to a location where you want it to be safe. Well done.